Valley Club has a solution to the Orchis raids arrived already. How good is Sentinel right now in the Orchis 3-piece team? But more importantly, how long will players need to wait until Sentinel's release event? Got lots of free stuff this week, and the Dark Dimension 8 Planner is live, but should you start building for Odin right now? We're discussing all of these topics and more in this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Up. Joining me this week from the gold medal stand is the Crucible Tournament champion Updog. So for all of these topics and more, then brother Updog, let him know what to do.
Let's go smash it.
Oh yeah, welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin, this is Updog, and this is your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. We do this every single week, keeping you up to date on everything that has happened and is upcoming in Marvel Strike Force. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. Minimum of 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week, usually more. We got news videos like this, question and answer videos, everything to help your experience in Marvel Strike Force. But it has been a while, brother Updog. I don't think I've had you on the channel yet so how have you been? I think the last time we talked was maybe on an Envoy call or something like that, or just in chat. How have you been, my brother? It's been a while.
Been doing great. Coming off that Crucible tournament win, it feels good. You know, I was the first runner-up, you were the second runner-up, so it's just fate that we're here today, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a bronze medalist, but you're the gold medalist, the champion. And the champion gets to do something every single season, or like the past couple ones. Choose a new room rule for the next season of Cosmic Crucible. Have you put any thoughts of what is going to be the crazy room in season 11 of Cosmic Crucible?
Yes, we have a vote going on right now on my Discord server, and right now in the lead is a room where there's no healing at all, but your characters spawn with immunity, defense up, and regen or something like that.
Okay. So, is that still up for debate, up for vote? Because Dorky's room is pretty crazy. What do you think of these new rules for season 10?
Yeah, Dorky's room I like a lot better than Doolam's room was, but yeah, it's definitely got some theory crafting ability going on in there, and the other rooms, as far as the other rooms go, 4 was kind of interesting in the tournament. I think people are going to start figuring it out here pretty quick, how to deal with that. But otherwise, they're really not.
Rooms back. I always like teamwork. That was always a fun room. What do you think of the other rooms that are returning? I think Spec Ops we've had that back. Yeah, Double Tap I think is a repeat one, but I think Best Offense, Heroic Shielding, and Dorky's Madness are all new ones.
True. Yeah, 3 is better that it came back now because we have Thanos Endgame. You can do Exposed. You can do a little bit more in that room. Like when we had it before, we just had like Vol and Skrull and maybe Nightcrawler, I think. But yeah, it's a little bit better now. But and then Room 1, Room 1 has always been interesting.
It's a fun one.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
All right, all the strikers. Now, we've had 1 week of season 10 so far, and I guess you've had an extra week because you played in a tournament. How did you do this week? Are you 6-0? Are you the only 6-0 player in the community right now?
I am. I lost 1 this week, so I went 2-1 this week.
Well, you're the only one with 5 wins, right? Nobody else has 5 wins.
Yeah, true.
Now, in all your victories that you had this week, what do you think was the most problematic rooms that you ran across? Now, this is what I had on defense. I think for me, this was the most problematic room. The Annihilators, Skrull in room 6. My opponent seemed to have trouble with that room as well. Did you have trouble with this? If so, what did you use to beat it? And if not, what were some other problems that you ran across, like some tough defenses?
Yeah, 6 is definitely a tough room. Even if you put that in 3, it can be really tough. I think I ran I ran the 4-piece Illuminati with like Sasquatch on defense, and so I kept Captain Britain on offense.
Okay.
Just so I can use that in room 6. So I did like a Captain Britain, APOC, and then like a Tangled or something like that.
Oh, that sounds horrible. What room did you have that in? That sounds horrible.
Oh, that's what I used on offense to
on offense. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah. And then the other problem I had this week was Spider Society Mephisto, because I also ran Hardlight on defense with that Annihilators team to kind of counter Apocalypse.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have a full SD to go in and clean that Spider Society Mephisto up. So it's a little bit rough. I did lose one of those.
New Warriors work after a double sack.
Yeah, but I'm seeing like crazy big Spider Society, and sometimes New Warriors just can't even handle those big ones. So
yeah, I was like, man, my New Warriors aren't big enough, so I upgraded Dagger, I upgraded Cloak right before that fight because I was like, this is not big enough. Now, you had an interesting counter to Room 6. Any other interesting counters that you had this season?
Well, I really like doing, like, if you see even a full Illuminati with Captain Britain, I like having an Old Man Logan on offense because then you can put him with some Superior 6 members and Vulture, and you can counter a full Illuminati with that team. So that's pretty interesting.
I like that. Yeah, and Old Man Logan was really problematic last season, not as much this season. I mean, people have Apocalypse able to take him out pretty easily, I think. All right, now, there was a chart that you made because the season 9 ended. We got our payout for Dark Diamonds and everything like that. You made a chart on all these, the updated Dark Diamond costs and Red Star costs and everything like that. Did you spend your Dark Diamond credits when you got the payout? Would you recommend spending it on anybody? Or are you going to save for some of these other characters that don't have diamonds yet, like Super Skrull, maybe Old Man Logan? What are you doing and what are you recommending for the community?
Well, so what I did, I might not recommend for everybody just because that's why I asked two separate questions. Yeah, just because I'm in like the top 300 for Crucible, so I get a lot more Dark Diamonds than the average person. So I did take Black Knight to 3 diamonds just recently, but I would say Green Goblin to 2 diamonds is a really good value. Black Knight to 2 diamonds is still, I think, going to be good. But after
I just noticed the cost of that 3 diamond, 9,000 Dark Diamond credits for that 3 diamond Black Diamond. My goodness.
It's a lot. It's steep, yeah, super steep. But after that, I would probably just save for like
characters of what you're recommending. Sounds like.
Yeah, and after that, I just save for like Super Skrull or Old Man Logan probably.
Okay, so 2 diamonds for I think you said Black Knight. Green Goblin Classic? Did you say Black Cat or not Black Cat?
No, not Black Cat.
Not Black Cat. So Classic, Black Knight, and then save.
Yeah.
I think I agree with that. I agree with that. All right, and Updog, we have a new raid team in the game, sort of. We have one new member of the Orchis team, but hearing that could already solve the tech section of the Orchis raids. Now, I wasn't able to do it because my alliance mates are fast. They got in here fast. I only had like half a node left, and I beat that. But I was pretty impressed with what I beat it in. Let me show you where my tech team is right now, or my tech squad is right now. Show you where my Orchis is. They're not very big, or especially my Sentinel, not very big. So Lady Deathstrike, level 100. Scientist Supreme, level 100. Sentinel, only level 85, this gear on him. Wow. Now, he didn't survive, but they did clear the node. A lot of his other bots survived. Kang was the other solution, and then Penny Parker. So those 5 can clear those nodes. Now, you might not be able to clear the boss. You might need to still team up on the boss. But if you guys are doing a 1-lane strategy, it looks like the Orchis raids, at least the tech section, is solved. What do you think of this team and having the solution this early to the difficulty 3 of the Orchis raids?
Well, I think having the solution this early is great, especially with your low investment and still being able to get through it. That's awesome.
Now, I got through it. He did die, but I got through it. He did die. So let me just say that.
Yeah, and like you said, the boss node, it's a team effort for the boss node, right? Like, so that's not a big deal. But yeah, Penny is amazing, even in the tech lanes. Kang, getting that extra damage and the speed. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that could make it through.
Yeah, now a bigger team, a bigger Sentinel can get through this. My alliance mates have, one shot of these nodes with a bigger Sentinel, and I think the Lady Deathstrike was built up as well to Crimson Gear. So you do need some investment, but the solution looks like it is in the game right now. But there's some controversy over the release of the Orchis team. The path to Orchis looks like it's going to take a while, Updog. We got this blog post here, the path to Orchis. Unlock the Orchis team with explosive firepower through all of these events. So what you got to do, open these Orchis orbs to earn character shards for the new characters. This new thing's called Ciphers, which we're going to talk about. And there's these bonus showcase missions. Now, we've had these showcase missions for these teams before, but there's going to be another orb as well, just kind of like what they did with the Illuminati team, what they did with the Annihilators team. What do you think of this orb release method before these events? Because it looks like they're doing that again with the Sentinel.
Yeah. I mean, at least with the Sentinel orb, you get a guaranteed 1 shard, so you're not getting just screwed by RNG. So that's a little bit of a better improvement. I'd like to see them do maybe like 2 shards or 3 shards, but you know, it is what it is. They're trying things, they're experimenting, so we'll just have to see how it goes, I guess.
Now, it doesn't exactly say here when the release event is gonna be, but I'm assuming because this event for Sentinel lasts another 60 days, just like we had with Hank Pym, just like we had with Black Panther Shuri and the Annihilators, assuming these are gonna be some long-running events. How do you feel about these events being delayed for these free-to-play, or these release events being delayed for free-to-play players?
Well, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to give the spenders an advantage, which if we keep the spenders happy, then we keep the doors open here, Marvel Strike Force, we keep the lights on and everything, right? So that part is fine. It does feel bad because we're so used to unlocking these characters within, 2-3 weeks from the time when their offers go live. So that part of it feels a little bit bad, but if we end up getting the unlock within maybe a month or so, then I think that's still fine.
Okay, so, and I think the big thing that a lot of community is mentioning, it is these release events like we have with Shadow Dimension. I think one of the things that feels bad is having events that require these characters before the release events at least happen. So if they're delaying those as well, I guess I wouldn't feel as bad about it as well. Now, you did mention guaranteed shards for Sentinels. Have you pulled any good Sentinels from your orbs? Any good Sentinel drops? Minimum 2 drops.
One. Yep.
I bought the character. I got the minimum 2 drops for all of mine. Let's see if we get a little lucky here. I had heard some players getting these 100 drops, getting the unlock right away from these ciphers. Yeah, I'm getting the minimum here. I got the minimum again. That's to be expected. But yeah, it looks like we're also getting some more of these ciphers, which we're going to talk about through Weekend Blitz Hunters. But these ciphers, there are new methods of getting into these or use these showcase events, having this energy for the showcase events. Previously, we had energy that refreshes, that resets. Now, if we go into the game, the chapter 1s, you don't need any ciphers, right? You could just do these for free, which is good. I think that's a good change. What did you think of this initial mission, though? I do want to mention this. Kitty Pryde, how long did you play through this? It was about 5 minutes for me because she kept dodging, and the ultimate is supposed to be unavoidable for Sentinel. However, not in this mission. I guess every other mission, but not this one. She kept dodging. What do you think of the value of Sentinel when you play this first mission here?
Oh man, yeah, it made him look bad, right? They've done that a couple of times on these showcases where they made the team look bad, and I don't know why they do that.
Characters with no Crucible characters with no Crucible bonuses for the Cabal, and they look horrible. Like what's the So come on, Scopely. This is your marketing. Come on, do your marketing right. Make the team that you're trying to sell look good. All right, but let's get back to these ciphers. It says play bonus showcase missions. So you need ciphers instead of energy to play these bonus missions for the Orchis Super Showcase. You start the showcase with 3 ciphers. You get them for free. Use regular ciphers to play the bonus missions for Sentinel, which we have a game right now, Nimrod, which is upcoming, Omega Sentinel, which is upcoming, and then golden ciphers, which we're going to get later on through, I'm not sure what means. Play the bonus missions, the Orchis Super Showcase event, still not in the game yet. The good thing about this, if you keep your ciphers, if you fail a mission, if you lose a bonus, or if you lose the battle, disconnect from battle, I think that's a good thing. What do you think of this new cipher energy? You know, we get 30 limit caps, so I'm just, for me, what I'm going to do, I'm going to save all this stuff.
Me too.
Until I could get to this last level here. What do you think of this cipher energy system here?
Well, so like a lot of the showcases, they've had like gold orb training or gold orbs fragments and training orb fragments. I don't see those here, and I think those were kind of valuable for the community to continually farm those with that energy. So
they did replace it with Crimson Gear. This is the first time they've had Crimson Gear farmable though. So is that worth the trade-off? Gold orbs with Crimson Gear?
I don't know. It is a tough trade. Yeah, that's a good point.
All right. So this cipher, I kind of like this because I could save this. I don't have to do this every single day. I could use this at the end of the event. But hopefully I have a 4-star Sentinel getting lucky or a 5-star Sentinel getting lucky. And I can get more of this stuff. If you look at this stuff, there are some diamonds for Nimrod. They're not guaranteed though. You do have to get RNG for it. Now, I played 3 missions. I got one of these. So I'm going to save these because I already have a 1 diamond Nimrod. I don't have a 2-diamond Nimrod, so I'm gonna hopefully get that 4-star Sentinel and then use all this stuff. So I'm just gonna save my Ciphers. Are you gonna save your Ciphers or gonna farm some of this stuff on a daily basis?
Yeah, I'll save them because I'm gonna go to the free-to-play route for Sentinel, so I'm gonna just save them and wait a little bit.
60 days or 30 Ciphers. Just watch both of these and you should be good. I'm gonna hoard this all the way until the end, I think.
Right. Yep.
All right, and how excited for you are for more weekend blitzing to get these Ciphers? How exciting is that?
Oh, I just hope it's not as bad. Like, I hope it's like the Mercs for Money one that we had for Blitz, where it was like what, 5 or 6 attacks,
the whole thing, tons of gold, like awakened abilities for Old Man Logan. That was all right. I don't like blitzing, but those rewards are worth it, I think.
They
so
were.
Now we gotta play a weekend arena battles in the weekend for some rewards, and now we gotta blitz again.
Yeah. I don't know if we're still doing arena for this weekend or not, but yeah, this blitz. Hopefully, it's not.
I didn't think it was supposed to be last weekend either, but it was. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. We had a really, really good event, Updog, the Shattered Dimension. Now, it had some controversy because it had a requirement there that you had to have the Annihilator characters, and of course, that was before any release event for Gladiator went out. So there's some frustration in the community. That was changed before it went live, so that's a good thing. However, it got even better for players. Decimal Point Jeff is back. You know, we hadn't had a good offer from Decimal Point Jeff, some erroneous offer for a while now. We got a lot of great rewards from Shattered Dimension. What happened was you could do your 2 runs for the normal rewards, the time rewards, and you can keep going after it. Now, you wouldn't get any time rewards or anything like that, but you can get all these rewards from each of these nodes. You got some training modules here. You got gold. Got a lot of diamond credits, a lot of gear. You got those illumination orbs, lots of good stuff. And those illumination orbs also counted toward that milestone event that a lot of people got way higher on those milestones. That allowed me to get a few extra characters up for my second run of Dark Dimension 7. What did you think of all these bonuses? Did you get your full 7 runs in? Were you able to get less than that? What do you think of all this free stuff, though?
All the free stuff was amazing. And I didn't get a full 7 runs in because my daughter, because this is so easy to do, I just auto, you know. My daughter actually likes to play it, so I let her play it when she got home from school the next day until we didn't realize, you know, it was going to be bugged, so I was behind one. But I still finished pretty great in the event, the leaderboard event, just because of all those.
It's all free stuff, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Now, you mentioned you were just autoing all this stuff.
Yep.
How do you feel about those difficulties? Because the difficulty is always a weird place, right? For end game players, this is way too easy, just autoing through this stuff. For mid game players, it may be a fun challenge. For newer players, this is not really possible. So where do you think the difficulty should be? Should it be more towards end game players? Should it be more towards mid game players, newer players? Should it be like different sliders so that everybody gets like the difficulty that they want and don't have to miss out on rewards? I know, I think a couple weeks back, Dula mentioned like maybe giving just cosmetic rewards for the hardest difficulty. Give us some incentive to play it back. Don't give us nothing, but make it cosmetic so it doesn't matter as much as far as the gameplay. What do you think of the difficulty? Where do you think this should be?
Yeah, I definitely agree with Doolum. I think that let's say the newer to mid game players should be able to get through like the first 2 runs fairly easily, you know, and then they should do like a slider so that it gets harder and harder every single time you do it, and then they'll just get better and better rewards. That's how I think they should do it.
I like that. And then the top end, the most difficult, the challenging content for end game players. You can play that, but you're not getting a major advantage over mid and newer players. You're getting some cool cosmetic stuff. Showcases. I like that. He made that suggestion a while ago, and I hope they listen to that and do something like that, because that I think is a good thing. The planner for Dark Dimension 8 is live right now. Of course, the requirements to get into Dark Dimension 8 is ISO 8 purple level 3 on your characters. You need non-legendary city villains, non-legendary city heroes, non-legendary global villains, non-legendary global heroes, and legendary or cosmic characters. Now, the purple is required. You don't need any gear requirements. However, probably recommended gear 19. And as far as the division of these characters in these different sections, they are divided by their gear tier requirements, but The gear is not required, just the ISO 8 for these characters to get them into Dark Dimension 8. How set for Dark Dimension 8 are you? How many characters do you have at the purple ISO 8 level 3? This is my actual characters right there. Apocalypse is done. Okay. Those characters are done. I'm working on Spider Society. Okay. I don't know who I'm gonna do for these rest of these. So where are you at? And have you decided on which characters you're gonna do for each section?
I'm pretty close to knowing like what characters I want to take. I do have Spider Society done, and I have APOC and Mephisto.
Nice.
So I'm kind of waiting. I really want to know what the order is going to be, because that's how I like to do things. Dark Dimension, I like to go in order, right? Yeah. I like to, like, let's say City Heroes is first. I'll build up my City Heroes, which I've already done. But if City Villains is first or something, I don't have any of those done, so I'm going to be kind of scrambling to get them built up. So I really want to know what the order is.
So there are two strategies, right? One is to do it kind of into order, and the other strategy is kind of doing it like I am, right? Investing in good characters that you know you're going to use right away, and then hopefully the rest of the characters even out. In your experience with the previous Dark Dimensions, I know you're doing it this way now. What has been like the ideal case for you? Doing it just good characters, giving you the benefit in the game right now, and then maybe waiting a little bit for Dark Dimension, or trying to get through Dark Dimension as quick as possible, and then going back and working on these characters when they're needed for Dark Dimension?
Well, for DD7, I took a little bit of like characters that I use all the time, like APOC and Skrull for like the unrestricted, and then I did like a few of the city characters. So I think, we'll just have to see what the order is, but there's no
unrestricted section like the previous ones, right? So
true, yeah.
I can bring in some of these.
I know, right? Yeah, that'd be nice.
Let's go order by order. Non-legendary city villains. Ooh, I'm thinking like Sinister Six is the way to go here. I don't see any other teams on the horizon. Maybe the Night Stalkers team, so maybe waiting for city villains, but
yeah,
I don't know. Are the Sinister Six enough?
Well, if we're waiting 60 days for Orchis, then Night Stalkers is going to be even 180 days or whatever.
Oh my goodness,
120 days. So
all right, so maybe Sinister Six is the way to go.
Yeah.
All right, City Heroes, I think Spider Society is a good choice there. I mean, you got Venom here, that's all right, but unless you got a full team, I think Spider Society. Robbie's okay, but I think building up Noir and Ghost Spider is better than building up Robbie and Venom. Because Peter, you're gonna goop Peter B, Penny, and Pop. You're gonna do those. All right. Global villains. Apocalypse, I think it's guaranteed if you have that character.
Yep.
Who else? Are you leading into this Orchis team? Is that way to go? Ares is on there. We got Cabal. We got a lot of different choices here for global villains.
Yeah, I think right now I'm leaning towards Cabal with Lady Deathstrike and then APOC.
Okay, sounds good. And global heroes. A lot of ways to go with this team. We got some Illuminati here. We got some Extreme X-Men here. Black Knight is in here. With Mercs for Money, Alpha Flight. A lot of ways to go with this. What are you thinking, at least at this point?
Right now I'm going to do, since I do have Captain Britain, I'm going to do the Illuminati, Black Knight, and then maybe Nightcrawler. Haven't decided on the 5th yet.
Okay, so I'm kind of mixing up the teams. Cosmic, this is who I went with for Cosmic. I went with Mephisto, Skrull, 2 Annihilators, and I brought in a legendary and Old Man Logan. Any divergent thoughts? Or let's say players don't have Skrull or Mephisto. I mean, kind of weird to go into Dark Dimension 8 without 6 and 7 beaten, but if you don't have Skrull and Mephisto, for some reason, who would you bring into this section?
Probably we got Gore in there, right?
Goblin, Gore, Goblin, or Void Knight, Black Cat, I see standing out.
Yep.
Any other
maybe.
choice? Kang
in there.
Kang is good. Yep. Would you bring in the Eternals over some of those other characters at this point? Or are they too old?
If you're like I don't know how a new player would get into DD8, but for some reason, like you said, if you don't have Mephisto and Skrull, then maybe Eternals. I would do Gore.
You know what? This is DD8. This is DD8.
Yeah.
You should be beating DD6 by then. You should have Skrull bring in. Maybe not 7, because 7 is current, but the Brett definitely bring in Skrull. All right. Updog. We got some new farmable characters. Pandapool went to the Raid store, Raid Orb. Docket went to the Arena store and Arena Orb. How are your Mercs for Money? Did you have these characters built up before they are farmable? Like, my Pandapool is already done from all his events and everything.
Yeah,
but Docket is not ready.
I didn't have either of them at 7, but I quickly got Panda Pool to 7 yesterday when they hit the stores.
Nice.
And docking I'm like 100 shards off still, so it'll take a little bit, but
I mean, raid store is pretty much a free thing with all this raid currency that I have. I got 3 million. I don't know where to spend it on.
That's about where I'm at.
Now, I got a question about this. Sometimes it says 40, sometimes it says 60, sometimes it says 80. Is there any rhyme or reason to when these L4 training mats pop up in the arena store? Because they're varying amounts every time I see it. And when it's 20, weird. I don't buy it. When it's a 60 or 80, I buy it, though. Have you noticed any difference about this arena store?
I actually haven't. I've been pretty good on trading mats, so I haven't really hasn't been a bottleneck.
I got a lot as well, but I buy this stuff every single day. I don't know what I'm going to do with my arena credits, so I'm buying this stuff for maybe the future. Now, there was some controversy with these orbs. The POV went out of the Blitz store, or it was moved to the Blitz store and Blitz orb, but the Spotlight orb is going to be a little different. What happened to the Spotlight orb?
I don't know. That was a weird change they did. I don't understand why. I guess they're trying to get everybody to make sure they have their Spider Society. I have no idea.
I mean, Cabal is, I mean, what I thought when I saw this is for Old Man Logan. You need Cabal for Old Man Logan. You need Out of Time for Old Man Logan. And it's not, doesn't say so, but you pretty much need, for the higher levels of Old Man Logan, you need high Spider Society. So this is, for me, this is the Old Man Logan orb. This is what this did.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Now, one thing that they did, let me go to the inbox messages here. They did say that this is kind of a temporary thing. I know the community was hot about this, but in our inbox messages, what they said is, if I go to the show red, recruits for merch for money, all the way down here, they say that the single character featuring the Spotlight will return for the Alpha Flight team. So it looks like after we're getting Alpha Flight after, I guess there's nobody in the Spotlight Raid Orb except for those 5 characters, but there's gonna be an Alpha Flight character in that later on. What do you think of this? I mean, this seems like it's temporary, so to me, this is fine, but what are your thoughts on this?
Maybe it's just a nice catch-up mechanic, like you're saying, for Old Man Logan for the next run. But yeah, I think Alpha Flight will be the next farmable team, so that'll be good to have them in there if you won't have them.
And honestly, now that I'm looking back on this, there's only 2 new farmable characters in Merch for Money. We had 3 reworks instead of 2. Normally, there's 3 new characters and 2 reworks, so I think that's why they did this. I think this is kind of a gift that the community got hot about, the Spotlight Raid Orb, but they are going back to it, and I'm glad that they specifically mentioned this here. More communication is always better than less communication, so I think that is a good thing. Now, in addition, we also have some bad news for some players with outdated phones. The graphics update is going to cause a few phones to go out of service here. Some Galaxy, some old Android phones, a Lenovo Tab, some of these other ones, Razer Phone 2, Pixel 2. And have you heard of anybody that has these that's been complaining about these? I'm not sure how old these are. I've been on iPhone for a while, so I don't know if these are older phones or pretty new. What are your thoughts on putting these out to pasture? I'm not sure what I was going to say. Getting these outdated.
I'm not a big Android guy. I'm more Apple, but it looks like by the model numbers there, they look pretty old. So maybe it's time to just upgrade your phone.
Yeah. Now we got a bunch of free stuff. The milestone this week. Any thoughts on this milestone this week for Gladiator? I'm glad it's a Gladiator release event. Have you thought about the timing for a Gladiator? It's a little more than Hank Pym. Hank Pym was 25 days. I believe this is 28 days. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it was definitely a lot longer, and I know Hank was a sore subject for a lot of people. This Gladiator is a sore subject. I guess just be glad that it wasn't 60 days, right? that we got until we got him. But with the orbs we're getting for him, I haven't got a lot of good luck pulls with him, but I have gotten maybe 3 stars from all the orbs we've gotten, because luckily he was in the first edition of the orbs, and he just continues to be added to those other orbs. So
and luckily I think he's the most valuable character on the team, because he's the one that stops the turn meter, the speed bar gain when he's above 50% health. So having the more stars on him, I think, is more important than having more stars on Gore, having more stars on endgame Thanos. At least right now, as they ramp up their damage, they may be more important, but it seems like he's a little bit more important. Now, this event seems like it's a pretty easy event if you are just grinding. Doesn't seem like it needs a lot of ISO 8 spending. And there are 100 shards for gladiators, so you can actually unlock them if you grind in this event. How far are you on this event?
Let me check here. I'm pretty far, actually. I am at milestone almost to 15.
Okay. Yeah, I think I got I'm almost there as well. So yeah, pretty easy event. Almost have the meta item and a little bit more to get these 40 shards, which would have been the unlock if I was a free-to-play player. But we also have some good news. We got some good rewards here. Login calendar for September, for a week of September. So some good rewards here. What do you think of these login rewards that we got? We got some Gladiator shards. We got some Gore shards. We got some Thanos shards. I don't think I got more than one on any of these. Did you get some good pulls on your
No, I didn't get any good pulls. But bonus stuff is bonus stuff, and it's always nice to have a surprise little calendar like this to boost up those shards for you.
It is. Now there's also a new frame in the game. If you do good on this season, your season of Cosmic Crucible, you get a frame. And we got a new reward here, celebrating 25 years of Marvel. Pretty good stuff here. Some gold training mats, some, what is this, the T4s.
Yep.
Did you, this was awesome, but honestly, I didn't notice this too much because of all the awesome rewards from Shattered Dimension. Did you notice any of this stuff?
Yeah, it was. I saw the inbox, and it was nice. But yeah, if we didn't have all those Shattered Dimension or rewards, then yeah, I think it would have been even more celebrated.
But it's so much more highlighted if we didn't have all the Shattered Dimension stuff. But this was awesome.
Yeah.
Now, there are some new data mines. Battle World is coming up, and in previous data mines, it looks like Knull is gonna be a boss on Battle World. Of course, these are data mines. Everything is subject to change. But Brother Quickdraw doing some more data mining, and looks like he found a way to see the animations that he's found in these data mines. Have you seen these yet?
I have not, no.
Okay, this is what Knull is gonna look like when he's in the game if these data mines hold true. So yeah, look at that. He's like a magical guy. He's doing all his magical symbiote stuff to the enemies.
Yeah.
He's doing an uppercut. Look at that. Uppercut move, double uppercut. He slashes their legs and then uppercuts their head.
He's gonna be wrecking nerds.
What are your thoughts on Knull? I know we were proposing Magneto when we went through the Envoy Summit.
Yeah. Oh my God.
How happy are you that Knull possibly could be the boss for Battle World and not having it be Magneto?
So glad it's not Magneto. Would have been cool to have Onslaught, but maybe, who knows? Maybe down the road sometime. But Knull is a huge fan favorite character. I'm glad they're bringing him to the game. It kind of reminds me of like when we had Red Skull in the game, but we couldn't like use him,
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, there was a while. He was just a non-playable character in a lot of these campaign missions. Not even like a boss, just some random character in the campaign missions. Like, why can't we use him?
So maybe it'll be like that, where he uses abilities, but we don't know what it is because we can't play with him or whatever. I don't know. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Now, if he is the boss in Battle World, PvE boss, do you think that eventually he'll become a playable character that we'll be able to use? You know how back in the day we had like Mortal Kombat, Goro was the big boss, and if you did something, you eventually could use him as a playable character. Do you think that's how Knull will eventually be?
I hope so. If it doesn't happen that way, people are gonna riot.
Dark Dimension 9, Dark Dimension 10 reward or something like that?
Maybe, yeah. Yep.
All right, now we also, it looks like more information about Odin as far as the data mines. Looks like he's gonna 5-star unlock. Not a big surprise. Most Dark Dimension rewards are 5-star unlocks, and they give us the rest of the shards there. We also have some information about the next month-long milestone event. This one looks like it's called Autumn Revolution. Sentinel cores looks to be the main thing that you need to acquire over the month, and then the meta items: Energy Blaster, Anti-Mutant Laser, Power Dampener. So another 3-week month-long milestone event. Sometimes they're 3 weeks, sometimes they're 4 weeks. They may have been 5 in the past.
Yeah.
What do you think they're trying to do? Like someone in chat mentioned, they're trying to line this up for Halloween, make this a full Halloween thing. Is that what you think they're trying to do here? Just to align it to get these months back to month-long milestone events instead of 3 weeks milestone events?
Yeah, I think they're trying to realign it because they got off like, I don't know, it was July or June or something, and they just kind of been off ever since. But yeah, we've had the Undying character every year for the last couple years, so hopefully they're trying to realign and get back on track for that.
Oh, that would be cool.
Whenever that is. So
that's 2 years already. We're probably gonna have one in 3 years. You think that there could be some? Is that like a calendar for the month-long calendar? You think that would be the release method, or they're just gonna sell it like they've done in the past?
I know. I kind of miss those month-long character releases. Hopefully they go back to that. But
that release method.
Yeah, everybody didn't like it at first, but now I kind of like it.
That might be quicker than the release method we have now for some of these characters.
Exactly. Yeah.
But Gore looks to be the character. Is this his release event, or is this just more bonus shards that we're getting through the month for Gore?
Honestly, who knows? I think they need to be better on their communication a little bit. It's been a little bit lacking, so hopefully they give us a clear path.
Well, honestly, this is not official communication. This is DATAMINES. So.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Now we also have information about next week's event. For this, you need to spend campaign energy. So if you're not already hoarding campaign energy, maybe you should hoard this. It does look like there's going to be a leaderboard for this because they mentioned 3 diamonds for Sentinel, T3 ISO 8, and you could get some Thanos Annihilator orbs. So possibly one more shard for Thanos and all that stuff. And then this main thing that you're going to get here, the Autumn Revolution milestone, the Sentinel Core's Energy Blaster for the month-long milestone. Thoughts on this event? Just normal standard par for the course, or do you see anything special for this event here?
Hopefully it's not 8 rotations of Blitz per day.
Oh my goodness. Does it say Blitz? I don't see
Battling and Blitz with Annihilators. This week we had...
Well, the one that we have right now is just like one Blitz battle, so it's kind of just... It's not even a Blitz thing. It's just a reward if you unlock the Annihilators. You've either got lucky or spent on it, so...
Right.
It says they're right in the thing. I don't know how to miss that. I even highlighted too. All right. The Dark Future, the Alliance thing, battling the raids, collect milestone points for Orchis raid node, seems like exactly what we have going on this week. Do you think this is a misprint, or are they kind of replaying what we have going on this week, next week?
I think it'll probably happen for I don't know, 3-4 weeks in a row, probably the same kind of thing.
Yeah, they want to sell these Orchis raids. They want to sell the new Orchis team. So the more nodes you do, the more points you get. That does make sense. All right, some icons for Battle World, looking like it is coming closer and closer. The latest we've seen is Q4 in 2024, which means October, November, December. Do you think it's going to be the early part of Q4, mid part of Q4, end part of Q4? Or do you think it's been delayed till quarter 1 of 2025? When do you think we're getting Battle World? We got stuff in the game right now. That's why.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on in the data mine, so I'm thinking it's going to be sooner rather than later. I think the devs really want to get it pushed out. A lot of people are saying, the game's getting stale and everything. I don't have anything to do. So
do you feel the game's getting stale? Do you feel the game's getting stale?
A little bit for me, just because I beat DD7 and I'm just kind of just sitting here riding the ship and seeing where it goes. Do
you think it's more fun after you get that major unlock? Like everybody's chasing whatever the next dark dimension is, right? Do you think it's more fun after you get that, or while you're chasing that? Because for me, having that unlock is like, oh, this is like a different game. When I got to I'm like, this is a totally different game. Now I'm playing it at a different level. Got a pocket, like, whoa, this is a different game. This brought more fun to me. I just got Mephisto, so the game is like new for me now. Did you feel that as well, or is it more like, oh, now I'm done? I got my goal.
For a while, probably for the month after I got Mephisto. Yeah, it's definitely exciting.
So I got another few weeks, and it's gonna come still for me.
Because then you just face everybody with the same Mephisto, and you have to double sec and Crucible and all this, and so
well, hopefully we get Battle World before that.
Yeah.
All right, and probably sometime next week. It looks like Nimrod is the next release character. Now, the order of these characters typically go the most important one last, which is, if this is true, Omega Sentinel, there wasn't anything particular about her kit that made me think she is the key to this team, especially that the 3-piece with Kang Penny can I beat the nose right now. What do you think that this has a plan for the order? Like she is the most important one? Because I thought Nimrod was the most important one. What did you think of their kits when you saw their kits?
Yeah, I think Nimrod is actually the key to that team. Obviously, and Lady Deathstrike has a lot of damage too, but yeah, I thought Nimrod would have been last. Really interesting.
Supreme is key to that team as well. I got my butt kicked by Scientist Supreme on Cosmic Crucible. They had it on Cosmic Crucible defense. She did one move. She's so fast. Her ultimate just smashed my entire Sinister Six on that Cosmic Crucible turn. I'm like, What the heck? and then I brought in a different team that went before her and totally smashed that team. So as long as you could go before Scientist Supreme in Cosmic Crucible, I think that would be fine. What, let's go back to it. What was your experience with Orchis in Cosmic Crucible in that tournament there?
Well, round 1 I faced Dorky, and he put the full Orchis team on there, and I just smashed it with New Warriors, so that was super easy. So don't put full Orchis.
New Warriors is fast enough. Superior 6 not fast enough. They get smashed by the Orchis team. So I guess that's an easy counter if you use the right team.
Yeah, and then Juicy ran Black Knight with Orchis, and that was rough. That was pretty rough. So
yeah, I faced that. I think I was the only one in that first round that didn't clear all the rooms. I got smashed by Juicy that first round.
Oh yeah.
All right, but that seems to be it. Seems like a lighter news week. I guess that's a good thing, but maybe a little more topic heavy next week based on some of the stuff that we saw. So final thoughts on the game state at this point. Good, bad, indifferent, wait and see. Where are you with Marvel Strike Force right now, Updog?
Yeah, probably wait and see. Sounds like they're going to be communicating more about, the character releases. So I think just be patient, wait and see how it plays out. Give your feedback. Don't give a knee-jerk reaction though. Let it sit for a little bit. We all like to do knee-jerk reactions, but let it sit for a little bit. Think about it, and then give your calm feedback. They don't really take a lot of heated feedback.
No, I usually wait and see a lot. I'm usually the more positive person in the community, no matter how bad things are. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, there should be another video coming out today with more information. And hopefully you guys watch that, enjoy the content on that. So that's it. Anything that you have coming up on your channel, brother Updog?
I do have a video coming out. It's going to be put out into the game for being the Crucible champion. So check out. It'll be coming up in that little pop-up window. So be the top Crucible teams to build up, and also that'll apply for other modes too. So check out that. Don't forget to vote on my Discord for the room rules. We're going to keep that open for another day or so.
Okay, and the link to your YouTube channel, check out that video, and the link to your Discord will be down below. So guys, make sure you check out those links. And if you haven't done so already, hit the like button for this video if you haven't done that, because it does help on the channel. And if you want to see what are the best characters in Marvel Strike Force, ranging from best to worst, check out the video up there. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks, Updog. Are you ready for a Hulk fist bump? There we go, Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin, Updog out. Have a great day, guys.